What's up, yo?
Hey man, what's up, bro?
I'm here with I'm here with Martin and no one else. It's just me, Martin, and our podcast, notebooks. We're having some tea. I'm about to talk that good. But you know, that would have been a good entry though, like talking about nuts and then
Yeah,
Hey, everyone settle down. Welcome to another episode of Mindscreeds, yo. Today, we're with my main man, Martin. And we're gonna talk about... I always do this, I'm like, we're gonna talk about, and then I wait for Billy to say what I'm actually gonna talk about.
Hey, I was taking a drink. Okay then, happiness and success.
Happiness and success. So, well, shall we start with success first?
Yeah, not for.
So, like, what's your definition of success?
Mine.
Yeah, mine. Let's start with mine.
Oh, alright. So what do you think? What do you think success is, Martin?
What do I think success is? I think success is learning to fail first. Because you got to learn how to fall first before you can actually stand. And it's getting back up. And that's the only way you can actually get success. It's actually going through all the torments and learning what pain is. You know, and that's, you gain stuff from that. That's what success is to me.
So,
Yeah.
not giving up.
Not giving up. You know, using your heart, using your mind, knowing who you are, knowing what you want. You know, going out and getting it, taking it. You know, just don't, you know, stand there and wait for it to come to you.
Right.
You know, because you got...
Not sorry for that, but that reminds me of that saying, you know, when my nan would always tell me like good things come to those who wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
Is it really gonna come to me if I'm waiting there, or will it come to me if I get off my ass and go get it?
Yeah, that always annoys me, that saying, like, good things
Yeah,
come
it
to
does.
those who wait. Like,
How is it gonna come to me? Like,
I know if like, it's not gonna fall on your fucking laps. Like, you have to go out there and actually seek it out. And
I think they just say this just to because they're trying to make you more positive about things, and it's not the truth really, because you've got to go out and get it in the end.
Yeah, but they're talking about patience. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not really about, and like coming back to your definition of success, that like the way. So it's more of, it's not like a destination.
Yeah.
It's more of like the process and the
Yeah,
journey
exactly.
towards
Yeah,
that,
getting
yeah.
through it all, because
Yeah.
you've got to take the bad, the good, the middle. You know, to get there. You know, you're going to take a lot of crap on the way. You're going to take a lot of hits, and you're going to fall. But when you fall, you've got to remember to get back up.
Yeah.
That's the main part. You know, getting back up and striving again.
it's about not the destination, but the journey of it, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, like success is happiness, balance, joy, emancipation of just anything that brings us suffering. Don't get me wrong, though, suffering's good, man.
Yeah, it is. It teaches you a lot.
To have that.
You have. You wouldn't be human without it.
It's part of human life. Suffering is part of us. Yeah. I guess my definition of success would be, I think my definition of success is the same definition of happiness, which is freedom. Like to be free to do whatever you want and whenever you want. Because obviously we grow up being restricted in a way. And whenever you do want to, like if you do want to succeed at something, you have to actually go out there and seek it out yourself and go through the drama, you know, elbows in the mud and all that.
Yeah, man. It's about a story.
Yeah.
Because you need that story in the end. That's what success is to me. It's a story. You know, you're going through all that crap. You're like an egg from the start. You're a seed, and then you're slowly evolving, and you're growing and you're growing and you're growing. And it's a story in the end. You know, just depends on what kind of success you want. I don't know what you're going for.
Right. So there's different types of success then.
Yeah, I
So
guess so. Huh?
So not only like different definitions, but also different
Perspectives.
on what success is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And does success equate? I mean, does success mean happiness, or is that different?
Yeah, I'd class it as happiness. Yeah, because when you're successful, you're buzzing. That energy, that flow, that frequency, it's all around you. Your aura's shining. You know, your aura. Excuse me. But you know, it's a beautiful thing. You're happy, everything's coming to you because you're in that successful way and you're thinking right. It's about having that mind as well. You know, your mind's got to be in that right state and that right balance.
Yeah.
You know.
But what do we think culture feeds us of what the image of success is?
Cars, women,
Rolex.
yeah, TV, music,
Lamborghini.
bitches.
Lamborghini, Messi. Yeah, that's like the image that's projected towards us, isn't it? Like
Media.
success, you have to be surrounded by a lot of women, beautiful women, live in a mansion, have cars, and just be balling.
And,
you know?
and the digits, like the numbers in your bank and that.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're all on a mutual basis when we all say that that's not our type of success.
So we don't focus on the money, it's more of the way it makes us feel.
Yeah, the joy, the most valuable things are the ones that we can't see with our eyes, isn't it? The progress and growth and like giving of that is what success is, I feel anyway.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we can, I think with us we can say that it's not about the money, but the money is sort of a physical representation of the success that other people look for, and not that that's bad or a good thing, but it is like something that sort of keeps them encouraged and keeps them going. Because if you start a company and you have like low figures, that's not really like it doesn't really keep you going in terms of like, oh yeah, I'm successful or
abundance.
Yeah.
In terms of like the culture's way of thinking of it, but the man who started that company could believe he's a success.
Right.
Because he's going away from like the high percentage of individuals who, but still, even them wanting their whole lives to work in Woolworths or something, yeah, to get to Woolworths, and that's their success. They feel success and accomplished. It's all. What is that word when it's everyone's own like?
So it's all subjective, basically.
Yeah.
So really, okay, so we recognize the subjective part of it. It's all about how you feel and all that. So is there an objective way to measure success? And the only objective way I can think of that is money.
Well, yeah, it's what we're taught in it.
Yeah.
As a collective.
Indoctrinated.
And it is part of the system. Like this, and when I say system, I don't mean like the government system or anything like that. I mean in terms of like
the structure,
like business and the structure of business as well. Like it's profits and all that.
Yeah, it's like I can understand now. They don't care really, but they should. I'd like to think that they'd care, but I don't feel like they care if he's a man of service and offering a value which he's bringing to the audience or to the world. They're like, okay, so what are your digits? How much peas you got?
They don't care about that. They just care about results. They want to see something, and that something is usually cash. Like, how much are you making? Because if you're not making much money, no one's gonna say you're successful. Unless, like, so again,
subjective again.
You bring back to subjective. If that person's happy, who's to say that he's not successful? Like, if he's happy with his business and the way it's going, and even though he's not making as much money as any other large business, who's to say that he is not successful? Yeah.
You could be rich in veg, for example. That could be success to some people. When I've got like fruit, yeah, exactly. You know, when I've got my kabocha tea and I've got my fruit around me and I've got a nice vegan sage roll right next to me, it's nice. You know, I'm buzzing, and it's not the money that makes me happy. It's that the items that I've brought make me happy.
Oh,
you know, it's the things around me, the food, the drink, and that's what makes me happy. You know, that's what I enjoy. You know, that's my success.
So I guess on this subject, we can't really say what success is because it's subjective, but we can only speak of what our own individual ideology of success is.
Well, no, we can. We actually can. Like, we can, if we want to like use like an objective perspective on it, we can actually say, okay, this is what's because who's like because you can be like who's more successful, Tony Robbins or the average Joe next door. It's like
what's the average Joe doing now?
He's like he's a pub owner, you know, wakes up every day and goes to his pub. That's the thing, like, again, so if we're gonna look at happiness, then it's obviously gonna be
majority are gonna say Tony,
yeah, because it's gonna be not even Tony. Like, the guy could be more happy than Tony, because Tony could be more stressed than the other guy, you know, because he's having to like go in front of like a large amount of people and speaking, and maybe that empowers him in a way, but he's doing more stuff that stresses him than the guy who's just like, you know, running a pub and enjoying life that way. So it all depends on which way we want to measure it. If we want to say, okay, who is more famous? Tony Robbins is obviously more famous, and it makes him, he's more successful in the popularity category. So there's all these different categories we have to use in order to measure it.
Another way I like to pretend to myself what success is when you're aware of the moment, in the present moment, and then you consciously create the choice to ponder on what you're going to insert into your mind, like with thought and that. So when I was like putting up the pieces of art and that, I was just like taking a really nice deep breath and like just looking at the art and shit, listening to motivational speech in the background and that kind of stuff, and I was just like, yeah, it is nice. Yeah. This is nice.
Like there's nowhere else you'd rather be than right here.
Contentment, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess.
It's all being satisfied with what you have.
Yeah, man.
Enjoying what you do.
So okay, so that's success. So in terms of happiness, because we did mention a little bit of this, like, okay, I'm successful if I'm happy about whatever I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
So what is happiness? Is happiness something that you can get from success, or does it have like different sources?
Obviously it's a subjective one again, but they're very close, I guess. Like, you could say like the culture says this will make you happy and stuff, but like, is happy even good? Because there's happy and sad, but what about like balance? Whereas we don't really talk about that, innit? It's like, you know that song, Don't Worry, Be Happy?
Yeah.
I took the be happy part off it, and I was just like, just don't worry. Why do you have to be happy? Why do you have to be something? If not just be the bee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it should be, don't worry, be.
Just be. Don't worry, just be.
Because then, to me then,
be.
you're either being the white or the black part of it, the good or the bad. Why not like do the in between, which isn't really spoken of, and just be alright with that?
What's that though? Like, because that's very ambiguous. If you said to someone,
What does that mean, ambiguous?
as in, yeah, it's abstract and it's not very clear.
Yeah, it's hard to
explain. So it's like, okay, don't worry, be happy. People understand they don't worry, be, as in, don't be thinking too much about it. Don't like really let it, like, especially if it's out of your control, don't really worry too much about it, because that's what causes like some anxiety in people. They're always worried about the things that they cannot control. They don't realize, because they think they have some control of it, but if you cannot control it, there's no reason to worry about it. Now, the be happy bit, like, it's self-explanatory, I guess, but to just be, what does that mean? Like, does that mean to be the person that you already are, so you don't really have to change? Or does it mean?
I don't know. It's kind of like how I was just saying about there being content, listening to that, being that, but also, oh shit, man.
Yeah, so is it being aware of the moment you're in right now, and not thinking about any other stuff? Was, if you're not in the moment, you're not really content with what you're doing, right?
And it all depends on what you're doing, really. You know, I believe happiness to be everything around us. You know, you always say the good with the bad, as the saying goes. Without darkness, there ain't lightness. Without the moon, there ain't the sun. So, you know, there is balance in that way, and that's how I point it out to people when they, you know, say, oh, I'm really down today and it's really rubbish. You know, but if you didn't have a really rubbish day, you wouldn't have a really good day.
Yeah.
And it's like that. You can't get good without bad. It works both ways, both karmas, both perspectives. And this is what people don't understand. They don't understand it.
How do you reconcile that? How do you find balance?
How do you find balance?
Yeah, specifically you.
I find balance from walking a lot. I do a lot of walking, I do a lot of drawing, and I just do that every day, and it's great. You know, it helps me in my drawing. You know, afterwards I feel so peaceful. I've let it all out. I've let it all out on a piece of paper, and I haven't got aggressive or anything. And that's better that way. It's all paint your sadness, or sing your sadness. You know, everybody has their own way of dealing with these problems. But in today's society, people are, you know, on another, you know, sadness level. You know.
Yeah. So I think Billy, you were about to say something about. Well, I think you did say something on how culture sort of paints this picture of what is happiness. And I think that's what you're getting at about.
Yeah.
Some people.
Some people can envision it. Some people see it in speech. Some people. Everybody sees it in a different way, in a different view. You know, some people might see a dog as happiness, and might see a dog and go, "Oh, that's so cute," and that'll make them happy for the rest of the day. Some people might see a car they like, that'll make them happy for the rest of the day. You know, that's materialistic, yes, but they might like that still. You know, so it still works. Maybe it's the colour of the car, the silver, you know, that comes out with some people. Maybe if they took the colour away from the car and all the little nice things, maybe they wouldn't like the car and they'd go into something else.
Maybe it's like going back to the childhood again, like we were both saying, you know, when you was a small child, you was living from the heart.
Exactly.
With no attachments or no labels or no nothing, and you was content with the present moment, but to be content with what is, to just don't worry and be, but to also know and reconcile, if that's the right word, that there is more that you can be, because then you've got the mind of an adult but also still the heart of a child, and you bring that along with you. You know what I mean? So when you got the ideas and the goals there as well, you don't worry, you just be, and you know what you need to do to get to those goals, but just make sure you're in the present moment, having fun, living with your heart, but also your brain as well, the mind behind it, and you just go for it. So it's the spirit.
So you have to like still be childish in a way.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the inner child. You've got to have that. If you lose that, you're going to be serious for the rest of your life.
Fuck that.
You
got to seriously play, innit? But you gotta make your work your play.
Exactly, and then get paid for playing.
Playing with your toys.
Exactly.
Balling with your toys.
Yeah. Cheers.
And that intuition of like having those goals and everything, you've got to stay silent and still as well. Because when you're in those present moments, when you're just being, that's where the intuition or goals or dreams, that's when it whispers. It never shouts at you. Like, this is what you gotta do, bro. This is what your goal's gonna be. It's like, but if you're watching a comedy, drama, YouTube video on bullshit and not listening or not doing your art and keeping the mind still, you're never going to be able to hear that whisper, which is maybe, this is just a theory, I'm just chatting bubbles on this, but maybe it could be like the collective cosmicness of it, or the higher self trying to throw something to you, here you go mate, and like that. Because you're silent and you're living with the heart and everything, maybe it connects you to some higher source of vibration, like a lightning bolt. I love lightning. You see how students like shoots down and shit. Like just imagine when we go into a certain radio station of connection, that idea just goes shoom and it goes straight into our head.
And I guess when you do get that answer, it's hard not to. Like you can't pretend like you didn't hear the answer. Like it's there. It's like peeking through the curtain. You've already seen what's possible. So there's no, like, once you listen and get the message, you have to act on that message.
Yeah, trust me. Because it's not just knowing. If you say, oh yeah, I know it now, you don't know if you're not doing it. Knowing is not knowing if you're not actually putting that knowing into action. It's just observing that knowing. You can't say, I know it, if you don't do it. It's not really knowing it.
That confused me a bit, you know, like knowing about knowing.
Not knowing.
You know.
Well, the monks say basically we're not meant to make sense with all these things around us. You know, that's what they say. If you go up to a monk and you ask him a question about something, he'd be like, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
He won't answer your question because he doesn't know himself, so he's not going to answer the question. All he can do is give you his perspective on what he thinks it is, you know. Yeah, which is just like the guru. The guru is always bringing people back, and the people come back and they say, "Oh, what am I meant to do now?" And he takes the money off them, and then he says, "Oh, come back next time." And they come back next time.
Bring more money.
Yeah, bring more money. Yeah, it's just like that. Yeah, the con man. Yeah,
Trying to up them digits.
yeah.
But yeah, I guess so. I guess. And I was listening to this Alan Watts lecture saying that he doesn't really have anything to teach because you already know the answer. And when you were saying about the universe whispering to you, or your higher self whispering to you, like there's always a part of yourself that knows the answer. That if someone like held a gun to your head and said, "What's the answer?" you would find the answer in that moment. Like you would find the answer.
But maybe there's the doctrinated false self, like we have our scarecrow.
Yeah,
the
we do.
false self created by society and culture that then whispers to that other whisper saying, "That's not my fault. That's bullshit. I'm not that smart." That's Einstein's type of thinking. I'm not Einstein. The lack of self-belief and all that kind of just bullshit you need to not listen to.
So it's like that self-defeating, victimizing
like we all have
mindset. Yeah.
We all have it.
It's like a shadow that follows us.
Yeah, Carl Jung goes on about that. The
Yeah,
shadow.
the shadow.
Mhm.
It tries to trick you and tell you different things, the opposite things to what you want to do, basically. It goes, "Oh no, I want to," say for example, you don't paint or sketch.
Yeah.
And then you go into it, and then somebody says to you, "Oh, you shouldn't be painting, sketching, you're not an artist." And then that person goes, the shadow speaking to him, and going, "No, we shouldn't do this, we should just do what we was normally doing.
Yeah.
And it was better this way, it's more comfortable." It's just like that, you know, the shadow's there again.
How do you overcome the shadow then? Or how do you...
For your higher self, you know, becoming oneness with yourself, getting to know yourself every day. I walk a lot, and on them walks I go to different places, sometimes parks, sometimes I go to new areas, you know. It's all different things you can do, you know, it's just your mind. You're the only one who gets bored. It's not the stuff around you that's boring, it's you're boring. And that's the reality of it, you know. Yeah, somebody's got to say the truth.
Yeah.
I feel like how you deal with that again is down to the awareness again. And I used to play games with myself, like when like my mind would say like, carry on doing this or something, but I wanted to stop doing it. I'd noticed like my mind go again, like saying, "Oh, so you're gonna do that again," and everything. And then I'd be like, "What the fuck?" I'd like speak to myself. You can. I think it's more powerful to do it out loud as well.
Yeah, it is.
Forget what people are saying. They think you're crazy or whatever. You know what you're doing. You
Good
need
for
to
you.
put your mind in order. Or even in the mirror, you give yourself a good telling off. You know, a good like. You put yourself in your place.
It's like, look, I don't like the shit you're doing, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to stop.
I've done it.
Yeah, I feel like you have to.
I think it works, I do, yeah.
But anyway, when the voice is saying that and everything, you just laugh at it. You just say, you're like, "Fuck off!" Like you're not fooling me again. Like I'm doing my own thing, and I know some people might try relate it to multiple personality disorder.
That's a more severe form of it, I guess.
Yeah, that's the culture's thing of it again.
Indoctrination.
Yeah, well, they're always trying to put the truth on everything when they don't know shit. No one ever knows the mind. They're still trying to study the mind, but we're going outside of space and shit. When we ain't even going into the mind a lot more.
It's too complicated. That's the way I think.
No one knows your mind like you know your mind, so you've got to carry on knowing.
But that's the scary thing though as well. Like even you don't know your own mind.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Because I get like we're talking about the voices in your head. Like where do they come from?
I know.
You know, I think they're part of the shadow as well.
Yeah.
That we're talking about.
Do you think the shadow can go into your dreams?
Like entities or something.
Yeah. I have some weird dreams, man. I do, man. I've had a dream where I'm like, I'm in Erdington and I'm in a train station, like by the train station, and it's dark and there's like all different activity happening in it. And I wake up and I think sometimes, what the hell was that?
Yeah, like
the
child running this way.
Yeah, it's all different things are happening. It's like a lucid dream, but mixed in with a bit of darkness sometimes.
I've been in some weird dreams past 4 days, some dark kind of dreams.
Yeah,
Myself,
what's
that? One of them I had a gun in it,
Oh.
So I was having a gun. First time I've had a gun in my dreams.
Yeah,
I was shooting at targets and stuff. I know. I was shooting at targets and that. And then, you know, like as a kid, a child trying to get your mum's attention or some adult's attention. I was like, Mum, look at me. Like, I'm getting good shots, Mum. I'm getting in the head. Look. And I'm just like taking my shots.
What gun was it? Was it like a sniper or a shotgun?
Like a rifle. I don't know. I can't remember. But I had a scope and everything. It's quite nice. But she won't give me the attention, and then I was like doing the psychology of it. I was thinking to myself like, what the fuck's that about? And blah blah blah. Then last night I had a dream about like I was starting fires in a house. Yeah. And like in that dream, you know what happens? Like in the dream last night, I remembered about another dream, so I forgot about that dream.
But it helps you remember
in this reality. But in the dream world, I remembered that dream.
Oh yeah, that's
a different dream.
So in your dream, you remembered a dream that you had
whilst dreaming.
Like what you were dreaming.
But it was connected to that dream. In a sense, I know, man. It's
dreaming of dreams. Yeah,
that's inception right there. Man.
Yeah, and then my friend, a childhood friend, because I put something on about this preacher. Is a preacher who goes against the church or something like that. Just talking about the metaphor of Christ consciousness and that kind of stuff. And I left it on accidentally. And my friend in my dream kept saying to me, "You need to get circumcised. It's holy. It's very powerful.
Trust. It's not painful. Trust me. It's all good.
Yeah. You need to keep getting." He kept saying like you have to get circumcised, Billy. There's some special power, blah blah blah. And then I wake up, I look at like the iPad, and the guy's talking about circumcision.
What the hell?
And I'm like, yo, shit. Jeez. Then I had another idea. I woke up then in the morning, like that lightning bolt idea thing. Recorded my voice, and I said, use my own voice. If anyone like who's watching this, if you try it, please comment below. Let me know how it goes. Same with you guys. I'm just gonna get my own voice and record, keep it on a loop of like all of these individuals.
Right.
And and just carry on playing that whilst I sleep, and then see if like I can impact the dream and make a what's it called when you want to do something your motive. It's not motive though.
What, as in the dream?
Nah, I'm on about it's a word. Your intuition, not your intuition. It's when you want to...
your intention?
Intention, yeah. So my intention is going to be to name all these individuals and just keep listening to the voice while I sleep, and then go out of... Is it theta?
What,
the brainwaves.
Yeah, theta.
Yeah, as I'm going out into that, coming into data between, I feel like you can actually implicate it, so I'm going to practice it.
Wait, what does that do? So does that bring them into the dream? Or?
I'd assume so, yeah, because it brought freaking foreskin shit into the dream.
Just cut it off, man.
We was going on a journey, and he just kept turning around and telling me it, and I was thinking to myself, why are you just telling me this? But obviously, like, I was asleep, but lucid, but it was from the YouTube video. Yeah,
so the YouTube video thing sort of integrated into the dream.
Yeah.
And it was on circumcision.
Yeah.
You know what that means? That's a sign. You have to get circumcised now. You have to do it.
Join us.
It's so weird, like, because even like, say, when your alarm goes off, like, say like a few seconds before it goes off, it comes into your dream, like it actually integrates into your dream.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It is.
We're gonna have to take a break there.
Is it going off now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What happens is the camera, like, it only records like to 30 minutes. So and then it cuts off, but we need to like take breaks and then redo it.
We'll be right back after the following advertisements. I hate when they go on TV. Like it's so stiff and corporate.
It is.
And it's supposed to be opposite. Yeah. It's TV.
To get rich people.
Yeah.
Come and spend your money. This is the place to be.
People to buy the actual things in it. But YouTube's the future now. YouTube is where everything's going on now, man.
Google is taking over everything, can't they?
Google it. They're just too big, man.
They are. Big corporations.
I just like...
Because Alan Watts said, what would it be like to wake up and never wake up, go to sleep and never wake up again?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it, I couldn't, when you go back to sleep, it's like you go back into something else, into another dimension. You know, and that's what I believe. I believe there are dimensions within us. Like all our chakras represent the different planets. Yeah, different planets in our solar system. That's what they are.
So different dimensions within us, or
of course they are. They're in your subconscious. If you've been to a dimension, you know, it'd be in your subconscious basically.
Oop, watch out.
Try and touch my skirt.
Just trying to lean in more, but the sticks in front of me.
Okay.
Sticky.
Wait, are you saying there's different dimensions within us, or
Might be.
or like we're able to access different dimensions outside of us and stuff?
Wow.
Or is it both?
Well, it all depends on if that person has went into other dimensions in their subconsciously. That's what it be. I believe there are, if you know, dimensions within us, you know, in our DNA.
What are thoughts of dimensions?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. They say everything that you think, like you envision, is real.
Wormholes, like thoughts of dimensional wormholes, and we are the black holes. Pretend to be humans.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's like The Sims in some ways. We're like characters. We need to poop, and when we don't poop, we cry. And that's the way it's with The Sims, because
Imagine if it was all a simulation and it's some 5-year-old kid playing Sims. And
I think about that sometimes. I was playing Sims once and I played it, and I was playing it that much that it actually felt like real life, and I stopped playing it because it scared me, because I thought about that thought what you just said. Thinking about, you know, some kid playing me. Yeah, that's how I thought, and I thought, if I waste my time on this game for another few weeks, I'm wasting a lot of time right there. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to get off this and try and figure it out.
Yeah, that's because the person playing the Xbox just turned it off.
Yeah. So what would be a glitch then? So let's say this was a game, yeah?
Yeah, what would be a glitch?
What would be a glitch?
Eyes definitely. Eyes twitching too many times. If somebody's eyes twitches like 10 times, they're not real. You're not real, man. Get out of here. Get out of this universe. Piss off.
Like you screaming at an old lady on the bus. Kick her off. Get out of here.
Get out of here. You're not real. Get out. I'd be like, we'd have to like zap him with something. I'd get like foot on the zapper, get out. Throw him out with a sign. You're not welcome.
Someone else is gonna tackle you down, and you'll be like, "Come on, listen to me."
You're not real either.
What other things would there be?
What about on like a macro scale? So let's say like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Being elected. Would that be like a glitch in the matrix?
Yeah, it probably would be. Yeah. He'd probably have like his hair would fall out or something. His hair would fall off. His hairpiece.
What do you mean him being a glitch in the Matrix?
Like, just he's a glitch in the Matrix, man. He has to be, you know. Like he was.
I thought the same about all of them. Even Obama, the one before Obama, Bush, Obama. They all look the same to me. They all do the same smile. They're like, "Hey man, we want to rule America."
That's the American smile.
Yeah.
The Uncle Sam is on your side. Smile.
But going back onto glitches, I think glitches would happen with the mouth as well. You know,
mouth.
Yeah, probably with the dribble too much, probably. And probably holding the dribble on stage, and then, hey, don't mind me, I've just had too much dribble today. Dribble effect.
Imagine if we was a glitch, like caught in limbo. This is what life was. Just limbo.
Like Edd and Eddy. That's right. Like where they haven't got parents and they're just like.
I've seen that theory on YouTube. Like years ago, some time ago.
What's the theory? The simulation.
Well, basically they're stuck in like limbo. There's 3 of them basically. They ain't got parents and they're going around the same area constantly. And the one is out the army. The other one, I don't know the other 2 what they actually did, but I know the one with the green jacket. He was an ex-veteran or something like that, and I think he died being a soldier, and now he's stuck in limbo like Edd and Eddy basically. And there's one with the black hat. And there's the small one with the slick hair back. I reckon he would have been like, probably like a car dude, like one of them people that, hey, I'm gonna go out and party, get chicks.
Wait,
one of them.
Edd and Eddy, the cartoon?
Yeah.
Edd and Eddy.
Yeah.
I tried to whistle him, but failed.
You just blew air out.
I can do it.
Yo, I actually didn't think about that, you know, that Edd and Eddy thing.
Yeah, there's loads of them.
They're stuck in limbo and stuff.
Yeah.
Damn. That makes sense as well. They're always in the same place.
They haven't got parents.
They go to school though, don't they?
No, they don't go to school. I didn't see him once go to school in it. I just seen them walking around the same area, gobstoppers, bikes.
Yeah, gobstoppers.
Yeah, the gobstoppers, that was the main one. I think that was what to make gobstoppers get so big. Did you notice when Edd and Eddy came out, gobstoppers, people started taking loads of them?
You never know, it could have been sponsored. That's a really smart way to go.
Yeah, it was really thinking about it.
If that's true, it's a really smart way of doing it. Sponsor, get your spot.
It drawed me in when I was young.
Get your things in.
I remember I was buying loads of them. I was buying them from the shop because I was watching that, and it made you want to have one, you know.
I was going to say, yeah, you know about the alternative reality provided, yeah, maybe us finding our happiness and balance and so-called success could also be a glitch within the Matrix, because I feel like the majority, they're so envious and so angry and pissed off and upset with their life. Like, if they see a person walking around with a smile on their face, they're like, yo, what the fuck's his problem?
So that pisses them off, that triggers them.
It's crazy.
Other people's happiness, just because they're not happy. So why should anyone else be happy? Yeah.
That's another delusion, and it's how people get it, because they've built negative energy inside them. In the end, they glitch out basically. It's like a glitch in some ways because of me.
That's the freedom as well, and doing that, the spontaneous, living in the moment and do whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly.
That's that happiness.
So when you don't have that, that means you're not happy then?
You do, basically. You're not happy. No. It's stressful. You're killing all your chromosomes because you've got chromosomes within, and there's like 7 to 8 strands. And every time you get stressed out, you're destroying them one by one, and then eventually you won't exist.
So stress affects your body.
Yeah,
like, it damages your body.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Because like when you're stressed, you release cortisol. That like just
causes bags, causes lines on the face, always frowning. That causes lines where your eyebrows are.
That's why presidents get on.
Yeah. This is why they've got so stern faces, because they're getting so much shit thrown at them. They don't know what to do with it, and they're all night trying to do it, and they can't do it. It's not meant to be.
I feel sorry for them, you know. So I feel deep down maybe they're actually just like us. They want to make the difference, and they believe that them being in that position can make a difference. Well, I don't believe it can. I believe there's still some guys with the strings behind it all.
Yeah, of course there is. There always is. But
they don't really have the full power of that position anyways, do they?
No, but I feel like they thought that they could by getting into that position.
That was their intention in the beginning.
Yeah, of course, but they get so much shit because of it all.
Yeah.
But what else was I going to say? Yeah, you can trick your mind into releasing dopamine into your system, you know.
Yeah.
You just get a pen or pencil, you put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
And I can't talk like that, of course.
Yeah.
And then it tricks the mind, Brian. It tricks the mind into thinking that you're smiling, then it releases dopamine into your system. So you might look like an idiot, but you're a happy idiot.
Yeah, just like that's that fake it till you make it. Just like force a smile. If you're feeling sad and stuff, just like at least just force it until you make it. And in forcing it, your brain is actually gonna trick you into. Or you're gonna trick your brain into releasing dopamine and all these happy chemicals, and that actually helps you feel happy.
That brings me back to when I was a kid. You know, like probably year 3 or something like that. I remember crying over something, really bawling, and then I walked past the mirror, I see myself in the mirror, and I was like, so then I started crying and just watching myself in the mirror whilst I cry, and then I just kind of like smiled, like, and then I thought, after a day or so, I thought to myself, that was a bit weird.
Yeah. Well, why were you crying?
I can't remember. Definitely can't remember. But I remember just turning the whole thing around, like that within a few seconds.
And then instantly you went from sad to happy.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Visualization is also good as well. Remembering something like a funny memory. And then, you're laughing again. For me, it's probably some evil thing that I've done. But, everybody has something, It's not evil in evil bad ways.
Mischievous.
Yeah, mischievous. That's what makes me laugh, Because like when you go behind somebody and you make them jump and then... that's what it's like. Everybody has something.
Back to when I was talking about us up in the mind, the bad part of the mind, saying do this and blah blah.
The mischievous part.
So the little voices in the head.
Yeah. There was a vision exercise I learned from Tony Robbins, and it say like we can imagine this person as a character, like a shadow or something. You can change the paradigm by going back to that happy moment and thought and stuff, But then you can also, if you don't do that, you can look at the shadow, keep it there, observe the thought and what it says there, but also change it up, put like a Santa hat on top of the shadow, make it funny, like fuck around with it, control the buttons, make it slow motion, rewind it and play it so it keeps like glitching, or they're going into a dance move, or play movies in your mind where it's trying to influence you to do shit, and then like loads of old grannies walk through the door with like handbags and like shopping things, like hitting him out the way, like walking, trampling all over him, shit like
taking
that.
their teeth out, spitting on him.
Yeah, to change it, and that's one of the ways we can learn to change our attitudes. It's the only thing we're in control of on this whole planet.
So add some humour to the nightmare, basically.
Yeah. That's what you have to do, don't you? If you have a nightmare and you wake up in the morning, you're not going to go for that whole day thinking of that nightmare. I try not to anyway. I try to have a good day after a nightmare, and I try and overcome it with happiness, with a happy day. You know, I try and do something that's going to make me happy. Yeah. You know.
And even that exercise you're talking about, Billy, you can use that in a lucid dream as well. Like say you're having a nightmare, you can change that nightmare around as well.
Are there any lucid dreams you can remember of, like favourites or?
I haven't been lucid dreaming that much recently. I think it's because I haven't been writing down in my dream diary.
Waking up quite early and going back to sleep helps as well, definitely.
Yeah, that's the wake back to bed method.
You saying wake and bake?
No, wake to bed method. It's called the wild.
The wild back to bed.
That's what the method's called. Like when you wake up and then you go back to bed. No, it's wake-induced lucid dreaming. That's what it is. Wild. But yeah, that's a good technique as well. Also, like telling yourself you're gonna have a lucid dream right before you go to bed. I think that's mnemonic-induced lucid dreaming. Programming your mind.
So can you not remember any at all?
No, not at the moment.
That's sad.
You put me on the spot.
That's really sad.
You put me on the spot too much. I can't.
What about yourself?
Let's see.
Oh, I haven't had a lucid dream since I've been younger. But the lucid dream I had was like, I was very young when I had it, and it was one of the only ones that I had. It was like I won the lottery in it. I was rich in it. And I don't know why. I won the lottery. It was just like when everyone's like, I come from a really poor family. I was always struggling, so I got all this money and I was able to get all these things that I wanted. And that I needed, you know, like all the things that I always wanted. It was all around me, and I had everything. Yeah.
Nice.
It was a crazy dream. I woke up and I didn't have it. And I was so far short, like, where is it?
Some of them seem so real, innit?
Yeah, they do, man. They're so vivid. And you wake up and you're like, whoa, what the?
What does food taste like to you guys in your dreams? Because when I eat in my dreams, it just tastes like styrofoam.
Trust you, it doesn't eat in your dreams.
Listen.
You must think about food, man, when you're sleeping.
I always think about food. I think I had a dream the other day of like, I walked into like this factory that was like making like chicken wings, like oversized chicken wings though. Like
giant ones.
Like giant ones, yeah. Like, and then I ate one, like I bit into one of them, obviously. Like what else would I do? I bite into one of them and it just tastes like sort of like cardboardy, styrofoam type taste.
Nice.
Like it's just blunt, and that really annoyed me, man. Because it looked good, man. There was some good ass chicken wings, man.
Do you think next time that you have the dream, could you program yourself to make them taste good?
I think you probably could. Like just sort of remember what chicken tastes like.
Yeah.
And then
imagining it.
And imagine it.
Yeah.
Into that object.
Visualising it. Maybe speaking it.
Like this is gonna taste like chicken.
Yeah. There's also drawing it as well.
But in the dream.
Drawing it before the dream.
Yeah.
You know, drawing it before you sleep. The vision. Yeah. Some people draw the dreams. Yeah.
Have you done that before?
I have once. I drew one. It was like a vision dream. And it was mad. It was trippy. Drawed I've done another one as well. I'm just trying to think. I'll come back to it. Forgot what it is.
Yeah, I had one lucid dream, and it was the one that was like really one I had a lot of control in, kind of. I got a lot. Don't look at me like that, man.
Go on.
There was like a lamp or something. So if you imagine this is the lamp.
Yeah.
This is like halfway, maybe the end of the dream, but I'm not going to go into all that other stuff because this is the
the more PC part of the dream. Huh?
What are you trying to do? Such a dirty mind, like
You know
beyond
what?
that face, beyond that poker face, such a dirty mind, like. Alright then, so this was like a lamp or something. I paused the dream, I literally paused it. So all around me, everyone's paused. This was like a fight kind of scrap thing going on. Everything paused. And then I looked at like kind of like the Sims or like some digital type of thing. I looked at the lamp, and then I was able to move it into another kind of dream.
Oh.
But it was a dream of emptiness. You know when Bruce Almighty and
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, and in that white place.
Yeah.
It's just pure white. It was there. So there was no me anymore. It's just pure emptiness in whiteness. And I was looking at it from a distance, like here or something. I mean, I believe now I need to move it telekinesis like.
Yeah.
And then I was just moving it like 3D, like kind of like that. But it's staying in the same spot. And I was just studying it and looking at it and everything. And then I woke up.
Jeez. So you were like viewing it, you didn't have like a body or anything?
No. Like a computer or something.
Yeah.
Like lucid.
Shit.
I haven't seen that. I've seen it. Alright, I've seen it.
100% consciousness she reaches. She goes.
Oh yeah.
She goes up. She has all these drugs in her system basically, and these drugs make her consciousness go up. And throughout the film, she goes up and up and up through different things, different events, and eventually she reaches 100% consciousness. And that's where, like, I'd be in the walls if I was 100% conscious. I could be in that camera for crying out loud. That's how deep it is. I could be anything, and I could be any object. I could manipulate things like a ghost.
Yeah, she goes back into the cloud.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, she goes into like an energy form where
SoundCloud.
She's making music and stuff.
Sorry. Right, she goes into energy form.
Yeah, energy form. Yeah.
Then what?
And then she goes. That's the end.
I think she becomes
sorry,
part of
spoiler
everything.
alerts.
Oh man, we put like a large piece of text just saying spoiler alert.
No, well.
Put in the title. So we mentioned Lucy in this. Just skip past that part.
Yeah, but I think by now everyone's probably watched it, right?
Yeah.
That's not what movie. If you haven't watched it, then what are you doing with your life, right? You know.
I loved it in the other podcast when you said like what's that saying? Sitting under a rock, living under a rock. You're like living in a rock.
You know.
Like a glitch or something. That made me laugh.
That was a glitch in the Matrix, wasn't it? Living in the rock. Like no one lives in the rock.
So some people are happy living in caves. Some people around around the world. Yeah. There are like secret civilizations.
You think that helps with consciousness?
Yeah, I reckon it does. Yeah.
What other things do you reckon help expand the individual's consciousness? Or are there some people who are just born with a so-called higher consciousness?
Depends on the environment depends on the environment you've been brought up around. Like,
yeah, so it depends on how you were socialized.
Yeah, basically. If you've had like really negative people around you your whole life, you're going to find it harder than someone else who's been brought up around light and goodness.
To be more aware or to be more conscious. What is consciousness?
It's just being aware. Consciousness means awareness. So it's being aware of everything around you, all the voices, probably just...
So does that mean animals don't have any consciousness?
Yeah, animals do, of course they do. I believe animals have consciousness. Yeah.
Because they're not really aware of themselves in the same way that we are aware of ourselves.
Yeah, like, are they though? I wanted to get a subject on this, like, we need to do the podcast on this one.
On awareness.
Animals, awareness and thought as well.
Yeah, because they don't know that they're going to die. We actually, like,
cows do.
Like, we know we're actually going to die. Like, we are going to die. We know that. But animals, they because imagine if they knew that they were going to die, they'll be like panicking and shit, like just waking up every day, panicking and stuff.
Have you seen them run away? Huh? Have you seen the video where they're running away across the river? They've escaped because they found out.
No.
Yeah, there's a video on YouTube where like they're running across the river. One of them made it to some like vegetarian village or something like that, and a vegetarian I don't know if it was a cow or something else. It was rather a cow or a chicken. It was one or the other. You could swim. That's all I knew.
Cow and chicken.
But it made it across the sea, and basically that's the only one that got away. I don't know what happened to the rest. Probably got butchered. So.
Well, they're escaping from a farm or something.
Yeah, it was escaping from a farm, something like that.
Like a chicken run.
Yeah, something like that. He was in another country. I liked it already. I was like, yes.
When I used to eat meat, my favourite meat was chicken.
Yeah, mine was as well, chicken.
But back to the consciousness thing. Consciousness.
that was a great segue.
What? Okay, so back to the consciousness thing. Is consciousness, do you think it could also maybe be like a formless interpretation of knowledge and wisdom combined?
A form of wisdom.
It's formless, maybe telepathically formless.
Telepathically formless.
Yeah, that makes sense, does it?
I mean, so
it can go
are you saying
into
there's
vessels,
yeah.
so it can branch off into.
So there's different levels of it, is that it?
Yeah.
Because then because people are like, oh, yeah, higher consciousness, lower consciousness, and
Of course, there's different levels.
all that. So maybe animals are able to, like on some level, they have some form of consciousness that it's not exactly an awareness, but maybe just a different type of consciousness.
But it's got to be aware somehow, because like
I mean,
it's got an itch on its ass. It's
It
like,
has instincts, like
it's got an itch on its ass, isn't it?
Imagine how annoying that would be.
I think it's the environment again. That's what I think.
But if it needs a piss as well, does
Yeah.
it think of that? Oh, I need a piss. How do I go downstairs? Go on my little tray.
No, if it needs a piss, it just has a piss. It's
Yeah.
But is that feeling or thought, and from memory of them remembering what that feeling is? What is it?
So you think they have?
Consciousness.
So that's like saying, okay, that's okay. Another question is like, do animals feel nostalgia?
What's that? What's that mean?
Do they? It's a remembering thing as well. Like, do
Yeah.
they have precious memories that they remember from the past and
I feel
stuff?
like they do, you know.
But
No, I do
there's
as well.
no way to measure that, though. That's the thing. Like for us, we can say that because we've experienced it and other people experience it, and you can talk about how you experience that. But animals, there's no way to communicate with them. I mean, I think primates, maybe we can communicate with them because you can teach like monkeys sign language and stuff. Yeah.
I think it all depends on the environment as well. The animals have been brought up in. There's like a cow in like an environment where it's just been killed and killed and killed and killed and killed, and it's away from the killing, so it's hidden. You know what really happens. I think it's going to be more unaware, more unconscious of that. But I think if a cow's right next to the other cows when it's getting murdered and getting dragged across the floor, the other cows will see it and clock onto it. Just like when they need a wee, they feel it.
That's the thing though. Like if that was the actual reality of it, then they would like all these farms would be like full of screaming cows. Because they're like, oh shit, I'm next, I'm next.
Maybe they're showing the wrong videos. They're editing them.
Yeah. They're actually all screaming like, what the fuck, man? Help us out! What are you doing? And then they edit us alone, and then it says moo. Wow, mind blown. Mind blown.
Shit.
Maybe the way to connect to a cow is saying, learning what moo means.
What does moo mean?
Moo means?
Because moo spelled backwards is om, and om is the original sound
Wow.
of the universe.
Yeah, this is it.
Om.
And we're killing that on.
There's a Buddha song, it's called Mada, Pa. It's a chant. Oh.
Is it a mantra thing?
Yeah, it's a mantra.
I like watching those videos where like they're saying these mantras and it just like.
You'd like the Buddhist one if you like the mantras, because Buddha, he was put in like a statue when he died, because he died from mushrooms and overdose of mushrooms. He got given a bad batch, and he died from it. He died sitting down like this. He died sitting down like that, and now he's in a statue and he looks like that. It's just like this. That's why the statues are like they are, because the way he died basically. Yeah, it's because that was his form basically. That's how he was recognised.
I love your mind.
Yeah, his dealer fucked him up. That's that.
Yeah. Wait. You can die from mushrooms.
Only from bad batches.
Oh, wrong batch. Like.
Yeah, it was a bad batch.
Is there any like solid evidence like Jesus? I'm not saying Jesus existed, but I'm saying, is there any solid evidence for Buddha ever existing?
Yeah, probably, because that was a story. It was a story written basically of him, and before he was Buddha, he was actually a king.
Yeah, he was a prince.
This is where the jewelry comes from, and this is why that they all worship in I can't even think of the word. The Buddhists, and you've got the Hindus. The Hindus on the Shiva Day, or our name is spelled. But they smoke to celebrate that day, so it must be some realistic to it. It must do something. Why do Rasta celebrate J Rasta?
Yeah. How come you're doubting the existence of Buddha?
Yeah, what's wrong with Buddha?
Alright, go on.
Unbeliever.
I'm just. Yeah. That's funny.
He's an imposter.
No, it's good to have.
I don't know why.
No, it's good to question it. Yeah, it is.
Of course. I don't know why, but when you said that, I just imagined like an Oompa Loompa saying it. Just coming in through the door, like,
Unbelievable. Get in.
yeah. Shit,
We should try and make him come into the dream.
I gotta get into animation, you know.
What
What was I gonna say? I'm doubting it because, like, I don't freaking know if he actually did exist.
Yeah, because it was a long ass time ago. It's the same thing with Jesus. Like, people do say, like, there was a historical Jesus.
But how do they know?
Because it's like,
Because there's a collective belief on
I
it.
think someone must have kept records of it. And he is mentioned in a lot of stuff.
Maybe it was like a star, because in some versions they classed him as he didn't travel on Earth, he actually travelled the constellation and he travelled the universe, he didn't travel like it was
Like us.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that was another story, yeah. That's in another religion, I don't know what religion it was, but that's how they seen it. They seen it as he was a traveller and he travelled the universe. I think it was the Greek or something like that. That's how they seen Jesus.
As in no one that travels the universe.
Yeah, he travelled through the universe, not through Earth. You know.
So when he came here, he was just passing through.
Yeah, basically.
Oh,
That's what they're basically saying. You know, he travelled all of the cosmos, and that's, you know.
And he came to the wrong neighborhood, obviously.
Don't copy me.
But what makes me laugh is people keep crosses.
Yeah.
If you'd loved somebody so much like Jesus, why have you got a cross
Yeah.
with the thing that he died on? You know, that's just, if Jesus come back down, he'd be like, what the fuck, man? What the hell are you doing this for? I didn't ask for this.
Well, and he said not to do that because that's like worshiping false idols, isn't it?
Yeah. They're probably giving him bread and wine. He probably goes, hey, get that stuff away from me. I've had a horrible time. I've just had to die and come back.
Twice, man, motherfucker, twice!
I ain't doing that shit again.
Oh, shit.
Second time.
I know, it's like twice. Yeah. I would throw this down, but it's not mine.
Have we got anything to say before we end? Because like time's almost done now. Anything you want to share?
27 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. But I think we didn't even talk about happiness and success. But we did in the first part, and then we started talking about dreams and also dreaming, and how the queen's a glitch in the matrix.
What was the last thing we just said before all of this? Before the phone went off, what was the last thing we said?
Jesus being an imposter, dying twice.
Yeah, so don't lie to yourself, people.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how that relates.
Don't lie to yourself.
Alright.
Yeah, it doesn't really relate, but that was the...
You can carry on talking, I'm just showing off like the...
Yeah, the quote we have on the back there is to be if you want to be successful, you must respect one rule, which is never to lie to yourself, and of course that is a great rule to live by, because if you lie to yourself, then you're not really helping yourself progress, and there's no way you're going to be successful if you're not really truthful with yourself in that way. And I don't know what that means to you guys as well. If you want to say something about it.
There's an old African proverb.
That
when
goes.
there is no enemy, that goes. When there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. Les Brown. That's all really. That's the end of it then.
That's the end of it?
You wanna shut down?
Let me say a few words.
Quick, we've got a few seconds there.
It's okay.
You have to be young and stupid to be old and wise.
Ooh, that's that. Who said that?
Me.
That's Martin said that. 2017, April 24th.
Explosions.
Oh shit, you know something?
Energy.
I can't edit that in yet, and I'll learn how to do it though, so I can be like
fireworks and stuff. Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Another episode of Mindscreed.
And comment below, please.
Comment. We appreciate the feedback.
Yeah.
Martin, thanks for coming.
Yeah, much love. Thanks a lot for the messages and that. I love it.
Were there any comments on Busker?
I ain't got enough time, so.
Imagine if that was like a bomb, like timing down itself, and I'm here distracting you from,